We are kicking things off with massive football news. Michigan State football is setting up some serious competition for the future with major upcoming matchups. The Spartans are locking in home-and-home series against both Oklahoma State and Cincinnati, and they are even slated to host Duke Wesney of the Football Championship Subdivision in 2027. We break down exactly how these scheduling changes will reshape the landscape for the Spartans and what it means for the upcoming seasons.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we dive into the intense action from the softball diamond. Nebraska softball just battled through a tough quarterfinal round in the Big Ten tournament against the Michigan Wolverines. We have all the stats and highlights from that thrilling game where the Huskers managed to survive to advance to the semifinals, featuring incredible performances from players like Emerson Cope and Jordy Fromm. Now, let's talk about the future of Michigan basketball. GM Kyle Chuch is giving us a huge reason to believe the Wolverines can repeat championship success. He points directly to the addition of Moustapha Thiam as arguably the best center in the transfer portal, suggesting a seamless transition from Ade Mara and how Thiam could be the next game changer for the team. And finally, we look at the final outcome of that intense softball showdown. Nebraska softball absolutely took down the defending conference champion Michigan Wolverines, advancing to the Big Ten tournament semifinals. We review the game highlights, including that crucial solo home run from Emerson Cope that sealed the victory, and don't miss our full breakdown of how the Huskers pulled off that impressive upset. Stay with us for more breaking news. Michigan State football is set for a significant expansion of its competitive schedule in the coming years, featuring home-and-home series against both Oklahoma State and Cincinnati. The announcement, made on Thursday, May 7, outlines a dynamic future for the Spartans program. Looking further down the road, Michigan State will travel to Oklahoma State on September 16, 2028, in Stillwater, Oklahoma, before hosting the Cowboys on September 15, 2029. This matchup marks the first time the two programs will compete, filling a vacancy on the Cowboys' schedule following the cancellation of a series with Alabama. In a similar vein, the Spartans are slated to travel to Cincinnati on September 14, 2030, and host the Bearcats in Spartan Stadium on September 13, 2031. Despite regional ties and shared coaching history with Mark D'Antonio, the two programs have only met twice previously, with MSU securing a 32-0 victory in 1930 and an 18-7 loss in 1946, both played in East Lansing. Additionally, Michigan State will host Duke Wesney of the Football Championship Subdivision for the first time in the two schools' history on September 4, 2027. This season, MSU is preparing for a new era, with the team scheduled to begin the Pat Fitzgerald era by starting against Toledo on September 5 at Spartan Stadium. The team's immediate schedule includes games against Eastern Michigan, Notre Dame, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Illinois, Northwestern, UCLA, Michigan, Washington, and Oregon. The overall schedule is packed, including several Big Ten matchups. Home games for MSU include Indiana, Michigan, Rutgers, and Wisconsin, while away games are scheduled against Northwestern, Ohio State, Penn State, Purdue, and Washington. Key dates include September 16 against Oklahoma State and September 13 against Cincinnati. Nebraska softball secured a hard-fought victory over the Michigan Wolverines in the quarterfinal round of the Big Ten tournament on Thursday, advancing to the semifinals. The Huskers defeated Michigan with a final score of 4-2. Michigan managed to establish an early lead, but Nebraska responded swiftly in the bottom of the first inning, scoring 3 runs to take the early lead. Despite Michigan managing to cut the lead down to 1 in the fourth inning, Emerson Cope delivered the insurance run with a solo shot in the bottom frame. Jordy Fromm, who recorded a stellar 17-4 performance, anchored the Huskers' defense, limiting the Wolverines to just 4 hits. Fromm's performance included 4 hitless innings for Michigan and 9 strikeouts. Nebraska registered 9 hits but conceded 3 errors throughout the contest. Emerson Cope and Samantha Bland each contributed 2 hits in 3 at-bats, with Cope recording 1 RBI, alongside contributions from Hannah Kamenzind, Ava Kusak, and Jessie Farrell. The game featured dynamic shifts, including a scoreless 6th inning for Nebraska, followed by Michigan scoring 1, 2, and 3 runs in the top of the 6th. Nebraska quickly retired in the 5th, but the Wolverines managed to put 2 runners in scoring position before Cope hit a home run to push the lead back to 2. Michigan mounted a late rally, but Fromm concluded the inning with the bases loaded. Nebraska maintained its lead, with Fromm recording her 5th and 6th strikeouts to keep the score at 3-1, before ending the 2nd inning with 3 consecutive strikeouts. Nebraska ultimately prevailed, setting the stage for their matchup against Indiana in the Big Ten semifinals on Friday night. The game is scheduled to begin at 4 p.m. CT on the Big Ten Network, with streaming available on Fubo, which offers a free trial. The contest is set to start at 12:30 p.m. CT from Maryland Softball Stadium in College Park, MD. Michigan basketball is positioning itself for a potential return to national championship contention, fueled by key additions and strategic roster development. Michigan basketball GM Kyle Chuch highlighted Moustapha Thiam's impact as a significant factor in this ambition. Chuch assessed Thiam as arguably the best center available in the transfer portal, emphasizing his combination of talent, motor, character, and upside. Chuch stated that Thiam's size, mobility, and physicality are expected to make a major impact. This move addresses a key question facing head coach Dusty May, replacing Ade Mara. Chuch indicated that the transition from Mara to Thiam is expected to be seamless, noting that while Thiam is a different player, he possesses the necessary attributes to fill the role effectively. Michigan's success has often stemmed from maximizing the potential of players who have not yet reached their peak. Thiam represents another opportunity for this kind of development, possessing potential equal to or exceeding that of players on the current team and even the recent national champions. The outlook is that if Dusty May can help Thiam reach his full potential, the Wolverines are well positioned to achieve another national title. Nebraska softball has secured a significant victory, defeating the defending conference champion Michigan Wolverines to advance to the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament. The contest was a tight, back-and-forth battle. Michigan initially took a 1-run lead in the first inning, but Nebraska responded forcefully in the bottom half of the inning, scoring 3 runs to take the lead. A crucial bunt by Ava Kusak helped put Nebraska ahead. Michigan managed to cut into the 2-run deficit in the 4th inning, but Jordan Fromm successfully retired the side, recording a game-high 9 strikeouts to preserve the lead. The momentum shifted decisively in the bottom half of the 4th inning when Emerson Cope hit a solo home run, sealing the 4-2 victory for the Huskers. Nebraska now looks ahead to their next challenge tomorrow, May 8th, at 4 p.m. CT, as they face the number 4 seed Indiana Hoosiers. The game will be broadcast on the Big Ten Network,